None of us want to relive lockdown, but we can't forget what it did to the most vulnerable people amongst us. Yes, business got smashed, but what about our kids? And that's why I want to tell you about Zephyr Education.
So it all started one Saturday morning. I read an article about children arriving at DV shelters, basically with what they were standing in, and the difficulties that they faced starting at a new school without the right uniform and not having the right stationery or not having a computer or whatever they needed to fit into that classroom.
These guys and girls epitomise unsung heroes, helping children affected by domestic violence get back to school.
I instantly knew what we needed to give these children.
They minimise the disruption by fast-tracking school supplies to kids who desperately need them. I'm talking about things like school uniforms, bags, shoes and stationery.
For the mums, it's really impactful for them because many women don't leave because they don't know if they can support their children's needs when they move out of that household. And so many of them stay until it becomes life-threatening.
We started with 2 shelters. That was 9 years ago in 2013. We're currently looking after 116 shelters throughout Queensland. Also, we look after all 7 shelters in Tasmania, and we're also looking after 20 shelters in WA.
Initially, we assumed we'd be helping a number of local DV shelters, but it's certainly grown a lot bigger than we could have ever anticipated.
And it's not just how Zephyr Education helps kids, it's also the passion of the volunteers that helped inspire author, journalist and well-known podcaster Hedley Thomas to get on board and support them.
I think what sets Zephyr apart is the true love that the volunteers, the founders, and then all of the people they've brought with them have for this cause. It's come from a really genuine place, and they see how many shelters they're reaching with this material. They must know from the feedback how many families, how many women and children are being helped. And I think that becomes contagious.
It's all the hard-working, everyday people who've been donating their time and services free of charge to help out that makes Zephyr even more impressive than it looks on TV.
What Zephyr does is so important, and the thought of a little kid, and I'm a father of 4, a little kid going to school or a young adult going to school ready, just takes one little bit of anxiety off them in what are very challenging circumstances for them. I mean, Mother has made a courageous decision and a challenging one, and if this in some way can make that pathway a bit easier, well, it's a reward.
Because sometimes it's all about the little things. Having small comforts taken care of makes a huge difference.
In every pack, every child gets one of these. It's a little heart, and I think that's symbolic of the message we want to send, that we send our love and our best wishes and wish them all the very best for the future, right there in that little heart. So that's my message, and I'm sure it's Zephyr's as well.
I love this country and I love organisations like Zephyr because of what they've been able to do. Well, thanks to the very good people of Harvey Norman, they're going to get an extra $100,000 to help do what they do for all of those kids. It's going to help people's lives. It is going to turn kids and give them that little bit of joy to make sure that they can have the same start that everyone else does. So, again, thank you so much to Harvey Norman and School Locker for putting all of this in place. A $100,000 donation for school uniforms. Thank you so much to Harvey Norman and School Locker.